that it shows some of their things, so it's a little weird. All right, let's try that again. Hello, my name is Tasha Smutney. I am a double gold consultant and a three-time IATAN card holder. We're going to talk today about social media tasks, those things that you can be doing every single day or throughout the week to really build your social media to help attract people to your business. Now, this could be for either side of the business. It really doesn't matter which side it is, right? So, social media is one of the absolute most powerful tools that we have as travel agents and advisors. And best of all, it is free. So, we're going to talk about simple, effective daily and weekly tasks across different platforms: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, and Nextdoor. Whether you're promoting your services, attracting clients, trying to grow your team, consistency and strategy are really, really important. So we're going to break it down step by step, and I'm going to show you what I do every day. So you can show up, stand out, and grow your travel business online. I'm also going to connect from my phone so that I can show things and share from my phone when we get to Instagram and TikTok because those I cannot access on my computer. But we are going to start with Facebook. But our objectives are to increase our brand visibility and awareness, drive that customer engagement, and boost conversion rates and sales. So that means changing people from passive observers to what you're doing to actually reaching out to you and wanting to work with your business. Okay? Because, it's great if people are watching what we're doing, but that doesn't promote and translate into making money, right? We want to be making money. So, Facebook, there's multiple things we're going to do. And I do have a checklist that I will put in the comments of the Facebook Live as well that you could have every week to fill out. But number one, in order for any of this to work, you have to set your Facebook to professional mode. Your personal profile, sorry, I'm also connecting on my phone. Your personal profile has to be set.
Recording in progress.
Let me turn off my down there. All right. Your personal profile has to be set to professional mode. So let me show you what that means. Now mine is already set, but when you go into your profile, now we're talking your personal profile, not your business page. Okay. See how mine says professional dashboard. We do talk about this a lot in our marketing as well, but when you come in here, the three dots, and where mine says turn off professional mode, you want to make yours say turn on professional mode. On all of my profiles, you're going to notice my bio. It clearly states who I am. Now, I do also have music teacher in there because I am a music teacher. But travel advisor, Disney Cruises All Inclusives mentor to new agents, travel creator, digital creator entrepreneur, owner at Traveling with Tasha. And I do link my business page there. And then you can link whatever web page you have. If you're using Evo's, if you're using one that you've created yourself, you do want to link it there. So the bio is really important, your intro and bio on all of your platforms. Okay. So I'm in professional mode. So that means I can have followers, not just friends. And that's going to be important with some of the things we do. So as we look, ev- now I do it every day. We want to post at least 3 to 5 times a week, something related to our business. Now, that could be, and I am posting on my personal page. Some people are posting on their business page. I mean, today it's a big anniversary. It's my 3-year anniversary. So I did a big post with lots of pictures. All right. Yesterday, wishing safe travels to 3 different groups of clients that were leaving today. I just checked them in, right? And I did get lots of engagement from those people and people who know them. Things like when you're a teacher and on summer vacation and a travel agent, your trip countdown is always full. Here's a big win. So your big wins could be things like just quoted this trip, just booked this trip for these people. Now you don't have to identify who they are, but hey, booked a trip for a first time family going to Disney. All right. But showing your life as a travel agent also is in there, right? Now, that's not the only thing I post, but I've been posting a lot more and I'm getting a lot of traction. Here's my plan. What am I going to do today as a travel agent? All things like that. All right. Those are the things that are good to do. Now, I also am posting a lot of travel because I was just traveling, right? So, I mean, that is a big, huge part of my life. Things I do with the business. Anytime I'm doing things where I'm in person with people, I absolutely post it. It's huge to see that for people to see that I have a community of travel agents with me. All right. But, like this had nothing to do with the business, but it's also posting my daily life, right? All of those things. So we want to be posting at least, I would say closer to that 5 days a week. If you haven't done it before, start small, right? We do want to be posting a travel ad in 10 groups a day. We do talk about this in marketing. If you're unsure what we're doing, there's a couple of ways we can get this information. We can go into our group, and if you search travel ad, there's going to be travel ads you can copy if you're not comfortable making your own yet. Oh, is mine really, was it that long ago? Let's see. There's also another page that is run by Lynette, this travel ad vault copy and share that you can become a member of. All right, so here's one she posted this week. Now, obviously, she got this from somebody else. I'm just going to take this copy. I'm going to save all these pictures. Because can I make travel ads myself? Absolutely. Do I need to? Not always. But we do have multiple days a week that there are travel ad trainings. So if you can take their photos, why not do their ad, right? So what I'm going to do, I do two things. Anytime I have a new ad, I do post it on my business page. Whenever I have a new ad. Now, obviously, I need to change this to my name, my phone number. And now I want to double check that I like all of the spacing because I do like to no, I don't want that. It just tagged it and I don't want that. Let me go here. I don't necessarily usually put final payment date, so I'm going to take that out. All right. And now I'm going to add those pictures in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, before I leave this, I'm going to copy this because I don't want to have to edit it again when I go into groups. I need to add another task that I forgot about. So I'm part of lots of groups. So I'm going to search for some groups that I'm already a member of. Oh, I have to go to my personal profile. You do post from your personal profile into groups. So let me go to ones I'm already a member of. My groups. So look, advertise, 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 visit. I'm just going to copy and paste. To make this faster, I'm going to bring up the folder that has all those pictures. One, two, three, four. Bring them in. Post. And I'm going to do that in 5 groups this morning and then 5 groups again tonight. It is okay if it says it's pending. That often happens. They're just making sure nobody is posting inappropriate content. Because unfortunately, that does happen. That's 2 groups. This is my 3rd group. See how fast I can do this? And I'm going to show you why I have groups easily available in a moment. Because I do need to add that one on there. Is that 3? Now I do have a pending post here, so I don't always repost in the groups if they haven't posted what I did. So I'll just skip that one. This is 4, I believe, and one more makes 5. Once I have what I'm posting, it takes me 5 minutes or less to do that, right? So I actually need to add something to that list because I forgot to put it on there. We want to be joining 10 groups a day. Now, our 10 groups boop, can be a mixture of things depending on what you're focusing on. If you're doing team building and travel booking, you'll want a mixture. But also, I sometimes join groups like funny memes. When you search, then you search groups. All right. This group has 594,000 members. And you might go, Tasha, how in the world that's going to help you? I'm going to show you in a minute. But you can just join different groups. I mean, obviously, I'm also going to look for things. Yes, that one's only work memes. I agree to the group rules. Now, a lot of these have not many rules, but maybe you're looking for advertise your business, right? Or you could just search advertise. You click groups. So I still have lots of groups I'm not in. I do like to look for the ones with bigger numbers. Okay. Advertise your business. I do. Oh, that looks like I've joined it. I don't know. But what you're going to do, look at the about and learn more, and then you can see what the rules are. This one has 0 rules. Good group to join because now I can post in there, right? We look for different groups like no rules, advertise. I find a lot of luck with small business groups, okay? Different things like that, local groups. If you're a parent, mom groups, neighborhood groups, those are all great places as well. Now, some of the groups I join, I can advertise in. Some of the groups I join, I cannot advertise in. But I can do other things. So if I come in here and I look at my groups, so there's some that I'm waiting for approval, but I'm in over 2,000 groups because I join groups every day. So if we're looking at different groups I'm in, I am also, working the team building side. So I have work from home groups, businesses for stay-at-home moms, right? But I've got a lot of those groups. Come on, page. But I also have travel groups that I might not be able to advertise in, but I can interact in. Okay. So we want to join those groups every day. We want to post in 10 groups a day, but no more than 5 at a time. The other thing we can do is comment on posts to help people who are looking for services, right? So let's say I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to some of my Disney groups that I'm in. They will not let you advertise. However, I can come in and see, and a lot of times when I'm scrolling, I get these questions. Um, People are asking these types of questions, and if you can answer it, you do. So, like, these are asking questions. So, I do have this allergy myself. So, I'm going to respond. Right? All the Disney resorts are amazing with allergies. You find you will find that moderate and deluxe hotels have more options for dining, so that may be what you prefer. With that being said, I have celiac and and an allergy. I always reread an allergy to wheat and some other foods. I've had great service at value resorts as well. You can also travel to any resort hotel to enjoy their dining venues. A lot of people don't realize you don't have to be staying at that Disney resort or on Disney property at all to go to their restaurants within those hotels. Now, I am going to add, please let me know if you want some specific tips for great gluten-free foods on property, right? I travel there a lot. So let me actually add that. I travel to Disney a lot and just came home from a trip. So please let me know, right? I'm connecting my personal experiences. That one is not a case of me being able to advertise. However, let's look at an example. Michaela posted one the other day. I think she did it in our chat. Let me see. She might have done it in our group. I don't remember where she did it. But she screenshot something. She did it in our group, I think. Oh, I know where we could go. If we go to files, is it file? It's either files or guides. It's under guides. We have been putting some screenshots of examples in here. Screenshot examples of commenting for getting clients. All right. So here's Michaela. She kind of blacked out some people's personal stuff, right? But this is a group, a local travel agent, love helping clients create extraordinary experiences with their loved ones through travel. My page is this. She linked her business page if you'd like to check me out and send me a message to get started on your trip. So this person's asking how far in advance is everyone booking their honeymoon, looking for Italy and Greece during summer 2026, and she gives her recommendations and tags her business page, right? These are ways that we can be engaging. Now, I do it in groups I'm a part of. Some of them let me say I'm a travel agent, some don't. So you want to check the rules. I would say, at least one a day, but it's better to do probably five if you can. Again, if you're new, you start small and you start building up. We want to build habits so they become second nature. Now, the other one is post for engagement in groups. Now, this is where I could be a member of a silly little group that has nothing to do with travel, right? Teacher memes. I'm in a bunch of teacher meme groups because I'm a teacher. All right. Let me go. This one's got the biggest amount of people. I'm going to just go to Google. Teacher on summer break. What day is it? Meme. And I'm going to go to images. That's all right, but I like different ones. Let's find. I could really find anything that I think people will react to. All right, here's one. When it's summer and you think about the parents who never believed you at home with their kids for the summer break. That's a funny one. And I just take it, save it, and now I'm gonna go post it. You might believe me now. I always try to add words because sometimes there's a minimum word count. All right. So I try to do that at least once a day, sometimes more than once a day. Um, it is pending. But here's what I'm going to tell you. When you post something, so like this person posted this and they got 549 people reacted. When you click on this, specifically on your phone, it doesn't always show up here. If this was my post on my phone, all these would say invite. You can invite every single person that reacts to what you post to follow your page. Will they all follow? No. But, you will get people following you based on that. You can also do that anytime you make a comment anywhere on Facebook and somebody does an emoji reaction. You can invite anyone who reacts. And that's how we can build up our followers as well. And then basically what we do once we're building followers, you see everything I'm posting about being a travel agent. I'm posting things, I'm this. Now they're interested. So it's two different ways we can do attraction marketing. Okay. Let me add in. Oh, I do have it on there. Join 10 to 15 groups a day. Stick to the 10. If you do 15 every day, they're going to block you real quick. All right, so those are the tasks we're doing on Facebook. Now, Instagram. My Instagram is connected to my Facebook business page. They can be connected. So a lot of times when I post on Facebook, it'll also post to Instagram and vice versa. We want to post at least 2 stories a day. Now, stories are different than your regular posts, and I'm going to show you that. Okay? Stories are different. So when you're posting, you're going to post stories. And you also, and this one may feel like a reach, and I'm going to show you how to do it. And next week, so that we're having a whole week on TikTok and how to do it, posting a reel every day on Instagram. I use the same reel that I post on TikTok. It saves to my phone on my camera roll, and then I just also upload it. So let me stop sharing here and let me share from my phone. Share my screen. Start broadcast. Okay. Oops, start. There we go. So now let me go to my Instagram. My picture is blocking what I need. All right. Now, I'm going to first go to my profile. So again, you can, oh, is it not going? Can you see my screen yet? It's not showing up on my computer, but I don't know if it's showing up here for you guys. Hmm. Let me double check my Zoom. All right, let me try again. I don't always show from my phone, so that is... All right, show my screen. Start broadcast. All right, there we go. Now it's showing. All right, let me go to my Instagram. Okay, so if you look, let me get myself out of this picture. Whoop. So if you look, you can see where it says under my profile picture, it has my bio. Again, clearly states who I am, right? Disney World and cruise specialist, allergy safe travel advocate, empowering future travel agents. And then I did some hashtags. I do have a link to my Popple. So my Popple is, a way for people to connect with me. It is important to get that link on there. When people come in, they can save your contact, but then it has all these links. Email me, call me, WhatsApp if they're out of the country, a request form, a link to my website, all my social medias, including my YouTube, and then I have affiliate links down here that people can book things themselves. Okay? So having some kind of a way for people to connect you in your bio is important. All right? So here are some reels that I did yesterday. This is a trend that's going right now. I don't know if the sound's going to show. Oh, because I have. Let me see if I can start it over.
The answer to all my problems probably isn't outside this airplane window. But let me just check.
Right now, the answer to all my problems probably isn't dot dot dot, but let me go check. Right? I also did this one. Until you start adding up the hidden costs. Most hotel shuttles, totally unreliable. Limited times, long waits, and they don't even go to every park. So then you're stuck paying for Ubers or driving yourself and getting hit with up to $30 or $40 a day in Disney. All right. Now, I made those on TikTok. They save to my camera roll so that I can post them here. Now, when I post, let's see. Let's pretend I'm going to post something. I'm not really going to post it, but let me just show you. Pretending I'm posting. There's all kinds of things at the bottom down here. Like I could add a sticker, I could add different things, right? But when I click next, we can add things, we can add hashtags. But as I scroll down, see how it's going to my threads? Threads is connected right to Instagram. It's also going to go to my Facebook. And then I have everything set to also go to my, let me turn my sound down because it's echoing. Also go to my story. That is not the same story I'm talking about when I say post 2 stories a day. Because I want just things about my life. There's people who literally post, here's their coffee pot every day, sitting at my computer, driving the kids, whatever is going on in your life. People like to see that you're real, right? So I'm not really posting this. Start over. But here's where you add a story. So if I look, and stories don't last forever, stories are short-lived. So, like, I posted this a day ago. I'm thinking about a weekend getaway, right? Time to restock the fridge. Then anything I do post also post up there. But I want to click the little plus sign. Oops. Come on. And then it shows my camera roll, what I can post. So I'm gonna, take my picture I just took of me doing a training. I'm gonna add teaching other agents about social media. I'm gonna make that smaller. I'm gonna change the color and I can change how it looks. Right? Done. I can also take this with my fingers and I can, move it around. Oh, I don't want it up there. I can change the size. I can twist it, right? Whatever I want to do. And then get away picture. I just click next. And now it's posted to my stories. It's also going to my Facebook story. I just do at least 2 of those a day. They're short-lived, but they also show people me as a real person. And that's really important. Okay. You do want to be checking if you have any notifications. They'll show up here because you do want to respond if people have left comments. A lot of mine are people just liking the comment as opposed to that, but you also want to check your messages and make sure you see if somebody has DM'd you. Okay. But up here's where you can see everybody's stories, and that's where yours will show up for other people. Okay. Now, I'm going to move on. I know you can't see my slideshow right now, but we're now going to go to TikTok.
I am in Lowell, Massachusetts.
All right, let me go to my profile again. Again, notice those are the same reels. These are the same ones. They save to my photos on my phone and I just re-upload them. I don't want to share them from TikTok because platforms like you to stay in their platform. All right. So I'm not doing double the work. I'm making the reel on TikTok. It saves to my phone and then I upload the same reel to my Instagram. The only difference here is on TikTok, I can make a cover photo. Okay, that's the only difference. But again, as you can see, I've got my profile here. Book dream trips, train agents to earn, travel smarter, DM to start. This, as you can see, my following is much smaller. I've just created really working on TikTok and I'm trying to build my brand on there. I'm doing a lot of Disney because I want to get more Disney followers, but I'm also talking about the business. All right. I would say a couple of times a week, but if you can, do one a day. Even if you're like, oh gosh, I don't want to be talking. Some of these, are not a lot. I've got one on here that's almost 3,000 people viewed it. I'm trying to build this up so people want to see it. And you want all of your profiles kind of to match. So see how my pictures match in different profiles. One of the things that I found, let's see if I remember how to do it. If we go to settings and privacy again, suggest your account to others. There's a big thing going around that content creators are telling you to unselect contacts and Facebook friends. Here's why. It's sending it only to those people first, and if they don't engage with it, they don't send it to anyone else. Whereas if you don't have that selected, it sends it to strangers first, based on your content and what you're doing. So that's really helpful and important. So I deselected them because there's a big like thing of videos going around telling you that. Now, you still can sync your contacts and sync your Facebook friends. Oh, it might not log me in. Let's see what happens. A lot of times when I try to log in on my phone, the password has changed or something. Yeah, so that's the reason I haven't done that yet. But when we make something, we're going to make it right in TikTok. And as I said, there's going to be a whole training next week on TikTok. I would suggest getting your account, start setting it up, those types of things. But there's two things I can do. Sometimes I just choose from my camera roll and put it behind me. Sometimes I put together a video in Canva and then save that to my phone and upload it. So here's one I did. One of the things I love most about Epcot is exploring the different countries. And Germany has one of the coolest hidden gems. Inside this pavilion, there's a glass craft station where you can design your own piece, like a sun catcher, a coaster, a picture frame. You choose your project, and then you arrange all the colorful glass pieces. And then what they're gonna do is they're gonna fuse it together in a kiln for you. Now, because of this, they do have to ship it to you. It takes about 2 to 4 weeks, and mine just arrived today. It's such a fun, creative way to take a piece of the magic home with you. Definitely check out this one your next visit. Want more tips? Follow me for more. One of the things I love. You'll notice a couple things in there. I turned on captions. Captions are important because a lot of people watch without sound on. People at work are scrolling through TikTok, right? I also had a call to action at the end, something I'm asking my people watching to do, right? Now, also in here, and I'll show you I make it, there's something called categorizing. And what we do is you add text, but then you drag it off the screen so it doesn't show up. And those will be like a keyword search. So I can now click find similar. It's going to show me different creators that are also, talking about Disney or different things. I don't ever like to really explore too much TikTok because you never really know what it might show. Um, so I posted this, and it's showing me all my reactions. I posted this 2 days ago and there's over 1,000 views, and I don't really have a big following. So that's telling you that, right? This is the one that, went well. Disney mistake. Don't show up to Disney without ride reservations anymore. That's a rookie move. Now you need to pre-purchase Lightning Lane MultiPass. So all I did with this is I did a green screen. So there's different things you can do. Now, you'll see a lot of people on TikTok, just their camera sitting in the car, sitting in their house, having a cup of coffee. Those do really well as well. I'm just going to hit the plus sign. It shows me, right? Let me put it down. Now, if I scroll over, I've been using green screen a lot. I like the green screen. It's going to show me the different effects, but I'm going to click show all effects. It is going to show me the ones I've been using. So green screen, I'm going to turn off the sound up here. Green screen, I can take my picture, I can pinch it with my fingers, I just pinch, and then I can angle it however I want and put it where I want, right? And then I can choose any picture I want from my camera roll. Oops. Here, let me do one right now. All right, so I'm there. I'm gonna set this to 60 seconds. And there's it's hard to see because the background's white, but there's a little timer here. So I can do a countdown. Traveling with medication that needs to be refrigerated, I like to use these TSA approved medical coolers. All you need to do is search on Amazon for medical coolers. This For All family is a really great brand. They have multiple different options and different sizes. It will tell you, especially if you're diabetic, it will tell you what size of insulin or pen and how much it'll hold. That one in this middle, that one right up here, that also has, you can plug it in and it is its own mini refrigerator so that you can plug it in by USB when you get to the hotel. If you have a hotel that does not have a mini fridge, you can still keep it cold. The only rule for TSA is that that ice pack does have to be frozen when you go through. They will stop you and inspect it, but it's not a big deal. Comment for more and follow if you want to learn more tips for traveling, right? So now I just made a quick little TikTok. Do I like talking to the camera? Absolutely not. Will I do it anyway? Yes, I will. So I'm going to add a sound. I typically want to find like a trending audio. Let's see. Trending. Trending songs now on TikTok. So it's going to tell me if it's popular. I like to do songs that don't have words if I can. I just click it. Now what I do, this little volume button down here. Sometimes when I do this, my voice isn't showing up. But then all I do is I take the added sound and I lower it really far and I bring my sound up. But for some reason, that original sound is not going there. It could be because my phone is really quiet. It is not letting me do it. But that's how I would do it. And then the other thing I do, if you click down here, you want to add captions. Because for some reason my voice isn't showing up, it's not doing it. Every once in a while it does that to me and I don't know why. But I can take here and click text and I can say, traveling with diabetes. I spelled that wrong, but I fixed it. Now I'm going to take, go away picture. I'm going to take these words and I'm going to drag them off the screen completely, but it still shows up as a category to search. Okay. And then once I post it, again, I'm going to save this to drafts and fix it later. But I would put some words here. I could do a location, different things. I can save it to my drafts. If I had done that, it would have then saved to my camera roll, and I would be able to then upload the same video to Instagram. Okay, so let me stop sharing here. I'm going to replace the current screen with mine. All right, so this may feel out of your comfort zone. I'm going to tell you right now, we grow the most when we step out of our comfort zone. Okay. This was something new for me. I've only been really doing TikTok for a few weeks, but I'm seeing a lot of traction. Try to do one a day or every other day. If, the more you post, the more people are going to see what you do. You can look up on ChatGPT ideas for TikTok Reels for travel agents. Find current trending things and make something that goes with it. A lot of people don't realize LinkedIn is also a social media platform. So we want to grow our network each day and we want to post something at least 3 to 5 times a week, travel related. So let me pull up my LinkedIn. I'm actually going to come in here because I'm going to copy and post that video, that ad, right? I do typically post my ads on all my social medias when I first make a new ad. So I'm going to go to LinkedIn. If you don't have a LinkedIn, I would definitely recommend you make one. I do have a personal page and a business page. If you are doing the team building side, you'll need that business page to post official jobs. But we want to show that we're also a travel agent. Here we are, certified travel agent, music educator. When I go to my business page, it's also going to show about my business. All right. Let me go back to home. Here is how I can build my network. If you go to my network, you can see people that have invited you. Now, I don't always say yes to everybody because I will tell you I get like Africa and Egypt tours, and that's not something I sell, so I don't connect. It's going to give you people, excuse me, people to connect with based on your recent activity. Okay. It's going to give you people you may know from different universities you put in where you went to university. All right. What I will do, none of those have big enough numbers for me. People in Greater Boston, and you can click see all. People, travel arrangements. I don't need to friend other travel agents necessarily. Why is it not showing my other college? But let me see. I've also done a lot of connecting, so I might not have the examples I want to show you. But what I do, let's see if any of them have it. It'll say under them like how many mutual connections you have. And I typically will friend anybody or connect with anybody that has 20 or more mutual connections. As I said, I do this a lot, so sometimes I don't have any to connect. But like, see how this says that somebody's a mutual connection? It'll say like 30 mutual connections or whatever the case. But where these people do have a mutual connection, I'm going to at least do that, right? People are more likely to connect with you if they see that you do have mutual connections with them. So I typically only do people that have 20 or more, but I've done this so often that I don't have a lot of those right now. I mean, here's one that's 4 and 6, but I sometimes have, they say like 100 mutual connections. I've added most of those already, and it'll tell you like your limit per week. So it'll tell you you're approaching your limit or something like that. And what that does is sends them a connection request. Where this is good is that obviously, no matter what social media you're on, the more people that see what you're doing, the more people see what you're doing and know that they could use your services, right? As I said, I've done a lot of my big connections already, but I would recommend every day go in and do some every single day. Like I have 2,282 connections, so I do that a lot. On my profile, you can post just like you do on Facebook. Now, when I do this, it doesn't always show all of my emojis. I got to go back in and do them again. Let's see. New Year's. Let's do champagne. I kind of like that emoji for New Year's. So sometimes, even if it was already there, it doesn't show it the same way. That's normal. Something I like to use a little emoji as a bullet point. Anytime it's money, I use the money symbol. Message me, I use the cell phone. All right, and now I'm going to pull those same pictures in and post. So we want to be showing that we are posting about travel. Now, other posts, let's see. Admittedly, I have not been doing a ton on my LinkedIn right now, but we can post from our vendors and suppliers, right? We can post, it was a while ago, I posted some other things. So when it was, I do have some things that post automatically here. Um, when they were doing, the big you need your real ID deadline, right? I was posting educational things. Educational is just as important as promotional. When we talk social media in general, we only want about 30% to be blatant ads. So we want to be showing our value as a travel agent as well to show the things we can do for our clients. As I said, I have not been working my Instagram, my LinkedIn as much as I should be because it's hard. It's hard to do all of the social medias, admittedly. But the more you do, the more you're exposing your business to more people. Um, I was trying to find, I had like a flyer about Real ID. Let me see if I can find Real ID. Why is it not bringing my own up from my network? All right, so here, Jody Wariski is a $3 million travel salesperson in our business. She posted an article about it, right? Different things we can do. She did it more. She did it even 9 months ago to prepare people. Real ID deadline, right? These are people talking about what they need. And I did a post, it's just not showing up. So educational things like that. Things like why to use a travel agent. All of those are things we can do on that LinkedIn, right? Next, we have Nextdoor, and some people may not have heard of Nextdoor. This is in your local neighborhood. We're going to post something travel related, or if you're trying to build the business about being a travel agent 3 to 5 times a week. And so let's take a look at Nextdoor real quick. Again, this is one of mine that I need to be doing more of. There is an app for the phone, or you can do it on your computer. All right, so this person responded. They saw my ad about becoming a travel agent. So I'm going to use something to get them scheduled for a meeting. I do have other notifications. You can create groups in here as well. You can also do groups on LinkedIn as well, which I didn't talk about. But let's say home, people can. Ah, hold on. Go back. So you could search for like people looking for a travel agent, people looking for things, so that you can post and do things like that. You could come in and list something for sale, like a trip. Now, I would specifically price flights and things from your neighborhood or your area if you were going to do something like that, right? Groups. So I created a group. I got to invite more people, but travel lovers. Okay. I posted this a while ago about 4th of July getaways. I posted about a Disney trip. I do a lot of videos instead of static ads. There's my post I put on LinkedIn as well. Are you ready to fly? What's your favorite type of travel? I did a poll to get people to react. So I'm very new to Nextdoor, but it is something that you can be exploring and posting on. Okay. And you can post something about travel. All right. Sell or giveaway, create an event, poll your neighbors, post about safety, thank a neighbor, different things you can do. I would probably put seller giveaway as the things I'm posting, but I do a lot of looking for people. So, travel agent. Right now, these are people who are businesses. But if I want to put and look, there's groups for sale, posts, right? These are people that I've probably responded to, right? I did do a welcome, like, hi neighbors, this is me because I have a traveling with Tasha page, but I also post about myself, right? People can post about that, or you can look for people who are looking for a travel agent and you can message them. So I do more looking for people on here than I do posting things. Okay. All right. So Nextdoor is another avenue that admittedly I am still learning more about, but you can use as well to reach people in your local area. And I would say, get on there, look for people, interact with people, and maybe post a little bit on there about travel as well. Before we close out, do we have any questions? And I know this was a lot of information. Um, Let me just check to see if anyone posted questions on the Facebook Live. I do not see any there, right? I also have, I'll put this in the chat. Um, if you want to use this as a checklist yourself to hold yourself accountable each week about the things we talked about doing on social media. And I will put this also in the description or the comments on the Facebook Live. But it would obviously look different for you. It'll just say weekly social media checklist, and you can check off as you do it. And if you're logged into your Google and you close it and you reopen it, it'll keep your track of your progress. So if that's something you feel you need, definitely use it. It helps, at least to look at and be like, oh, this is what I should do every day. Right? So I hope this was helpful, and I hope that this will get people's social media working more for them. And thanks for joining me this morning. Bye, everybody.